Know what I mean? It's amazing. But anyways, man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy. For you end up like Beezy, man. But make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below, you know what I'm saying? But your boy Jay is back on Twitch, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Jay is back on Twitch, man. Been a long time. You know what I mean? Did you miss me? You know what I mean? I'm going to say it again, y'all. Did you miss me? You feel me? Did you miss me? Because I know she wants to kiss me. You know what I mean? But no, man. I ain't going to lie to you. Hold on, man. Let me go and put this on my lips right quick, man. You know what I'm saying? Because just a good flavor right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how a lot of y'all be having some crusty lips out here. One thing about your boy Jay, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Jay always keep a Carmex, man, by his side. If y'all don't realize that about your boy Jay, a lot of y'all look at me, you pay attention to me a lot. You know what I'm saying? But one thing you should realize about your boy Jay is that your boy Jay, you know what I'm saying, put that Carmex on his lips, man. You know what I mean? That's my biggest pet peeve, crusty lips. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, this was, make sure y'all follow my Twitch, subscribe to my second channel. I am live on Twitch right now, YouTube, right now. But this was the most terrible thing I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the Denver Broncos was thinking. You know what I mean? Giving so much for Jaylen Waddle. I would never in my life give a first-round pick for Jaylen Waddle. He's not that good to give a first-round pick. I'm sorry, first-round pick and the third-round pick and the fourth-round pick. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, he's just not that good. You know what I mean? So the Dolphins, bro, fleeced him. You know what I mean? I'm going to just keep it real. They fleeced him, you know. That was just too much for Jaylen Waddle. I would have gave up, like a second or something. That's it. I'm not going to give multiple draft picks, you know what I'm saying, for Jaylen Waddle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give a first round because you probably could have got a better wide receiver with that first round draft pick that you got, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you could have probably got Jeremy Bernard. There's a lot of good wide receivers in this draft class, and you chose to go with Jaylen Waddle? You chose to give multiple draft picks for Jaylen Waddle, bro? You know what I mean? This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's what I be saying. I don't know who the freak these GMs is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who these GMs is, bro. You know, but good fleece by the Dolphins. But for the Dolphins fans, you just gotta expect mediocrity in a lot of years. You know, I'm not gonna lie, y'all got a lot of holes to fill, and y'all not gonna fill them. Y'all didn't do nothing really in this free agency. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't do nothing in this free agency, and it's the draft. I mean, y'all got 2 first-round picks. Y'all got pick number 11 and pick 30, and then the second round, y'all got pick 43. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that right there is just not enough. You lost Jalen Phillips. You lost Chubbs, Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot. Jaylen Waddle, you feel me? It's a lot, man, you know? You know, RG Willie Silly, you have not been making moves, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you have been making moves, it's not been noticeable moves. You know what I'm saying? You have not been making moves, Miami Dolphins. You have not been making moves. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been noticeable moves.
News out of the NFL. The Dolphins are trading wide receiver Jaylen Waddle to the Broncos. That's been confirmed by our Jonathan Jones. In return, Miami will receive the 30th overall pick in this year's draft, along with a 3rd and a 4th round pick. The Fins will also send a 4th rounder to Denver. Waddle has spent the first 5 years of his career in Miami. Last season, posted
Look at this.
64 catches
Look at this.
for 910 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Are you serious?
He'll now join a Broncos team that made it all
He ain't worth that much.
AFC Championship game last season. And you look at that on paper right here, that trade, Jaylen Waddle, the big-time move over to Denver as Miami's maybe potential fire sale continues.
He's not worth that much. I'm sorry. Not worth the first round
Bringing
pick.
the man, the myth, the legend, B-Mac to tap in on this trade. B-Mac, you hear this. What's your first and initial reaction seeing Jaylen Waddle head over to Denver?
Well, this is a huge move for the Denver Broncos, Zach, because Jaylen Waddle is a playmaker. He's a game breaker. He's a player that, unfortunately, a year ago, the Broncos did not have in their offense. They had some really good wide receivers, but in terms of just the speed, the quickness, the ability to get behind coverage week in and week out, they were missing that element. Now you bring in a guy in Jaylen Waddle, one of the faster wide receivers in the National Football League. He's ultra quick as well, and he's shown the ability to be a splash.
Hey, look, man, he's not worth the first round pick, a 3rd round pick, and a 4th round. He's not worth the first round pick. You know what I'm saying? So let's not try to overrate Jaylen Waddle now. Oh, here we go. Gonna try to overrate Jaylen Waddle now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's cool, bro. You know what I mean? He's a decent wide receiver. He's a wide receiver 2. He's not a wide receiver 1. This is going to be real. Jaylen Waddle isn't a wide receiver 1. He just isn't. He's a wide receiver 2. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you, bro. But I mean, Broncos, you the only team that would have been dumb enough to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I would, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, I just cannot stand, you know what I'm saying? I cannot stand dumb GMs, man. Can't stand dumb GMs, man. You know what I'm saying? But let's not talk like Jaylen Waddle just a wide receiver number 1, because he is not that. Not a top 10 wide receiver. He's barely even out top 15. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. He's not even the top 15 in my book. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, he's a real Bama boy. You know what I mean? But I don't give a dang what you from. I don't give a dang what you played with college. We leaving that behind us. You know what I'm saying? You're not a top 15 wide receiver either. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel. So I don't care how you feel. I'm telling you how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because when I love saying something, when I be saying something, you know what I'm saying? You be having people in this dang Twitch chat. You know what I'm saying? My freaking Twitch chat not even up right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good thing, though. You feel me? But you be having people in this dang Twitch chat. You know what I'm saying? Dude, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What the freak are you talking? He's not top 15. What are you smoking on? You don't understand what I say is what I say, bro. I don't be liking when I repeat myself. What I say is what I say. You know what I mean? That is what's wrong with human nature today. You know what I'm saying? That's what's wrong with human nature today. You cannot accept other people's opinions, bro. It's my opinion, and you ain't gonna change my freaking opinion. Shut your dang mouth and watch this dang video like a little good boy you is.
Intensifies the offensive pedigree for the Denver Broncos. So if you're Bo Nix, if you're Sean Payton, man, you're fired up. You're fired up. You have to be fired up, because what we've seen from Bo Nix in 2 years of play, this guy has really developed nicely. But now he has an explosive playmaker to add to their offense to help him become more of an aggressor in throwing the football.
I ain't gonna lie, that is a trash wide receiver.
Sutton, Jaylen Waddle, Marvin Mims Jr. We'll figure out what happens to Lil Jordan Humphrey and Troy Franklin in that wideout room. What does this addition do for you in terms of where you might place Denver in the hierarchy of the AFC, knowing that they're coming off a championship run?
I mean, I like Denver to be one of the top teams in the AFC in totality, not just the AFC West, but the AFC. And the reason why I feel that way is because I know we're going to highlight the most recent move with them acquiring Jaylen Waddle, but they still have one of the more dominant defenses in the National Football League in terms of.
I mean, they did lose Greenlaw. They released Greenlaw, Dre Greenlaw. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? So that probably will be a huge loss.
Pressure on opposing quarterbacks, sacking quarterbacks. They're one of the best to do it. Not to mention having one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL in the secondary and Pat Surtain Jr. The secondary has been phenomenal as well. So they perform at a high level in every area on their defense, first, second, and third level. So let's start there. And then when you talk about the offense potentially being better, you know, bringing back J.K. Dobbins. Remember before the injury, Zach, J.K. Dobbins was playing some really, really good football for the Denver Broncos. And when the injury happened, they lost a step in the running game. R.J. Harvey tried to provide a splash here and there, but it wasn't to the level of J.K. Dobbins. Now he's back in the uniform, he's healthy, and you just added a big-time playmaker and Jaylen Waddle to the offense. You have to like their chances, but I can say this, just in their neighborhood alone, their neighborhood is the AFC West. It's going to be a battle week in and week out. But in terms of their defense and some of the acquisitions they've already made, I like the Denver Broncos to potentially have a successful season once again like they did in 2025. And remember, that AFC Championship game, it wasn't Bo Nix, it was Jarrett Stidham. And they still battled the New England Patriots. Many feel like if Bo Nix played in that ball game, regardless of the weather conditions or not, many felt like Denver probably should have represented the AFC in this most recent Super Bowl there in Santa Clara. So I love the move.
I ain't gonna lie, Denver Broncos is a good team. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like y'all gave up too much for Jaylen Waddle. You know what I'm saying? That's just in my opinion. Like, especially how deep the draft class is, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like y'all could have got somebody potentially better than Jaylen Waddle, a Zachariah Branch, you know what I'm saying? Jeremy Bernard, you know what I mean? Like this wide receiver core is stacked, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then your first round, you giving up a third round, and you giving up a fourth round. You need those picks, man. You know what I'm saying? So you gave up too much for Jaylen Waddle, bro. You just gave up too much, honestly. You know what I mean? But the Denver Broncos, in my opinion, they would have been in a freaking championship, in my opinion. It should have been the Denver. If Bo Nix would have played, bro, would have been the Denver Broncos versus the Seattle Seahawks. I feel like that would have been a more entertaining Super Bowl, because I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. And this is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So please say something. You know what I'm saying? This is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That was the most boring Super Bowl I've ever watched in my life. You know why? Because the New England Patriots did not deserve to be there. They've been getting lucky ever since the playoffs started. We can go from CJ Stroud being terrible. We can go from Bo Nix getting injured. These mother effers was getting lucky every single game. You know what I mean? And still was barely winning. They barely won. We all knew that the New England Patriots were going to get the belt to booty. You know what I'm saying? We knew they was going to get belt to booty. It wasn't a surprise that they got belt to booty. You know, everybody knew they was going to get belt to booty. People that know, that watch the Patriots, know they didn't stand a chance against Seattle. You know what I'm saying? So when we seen belt to booty, we was not surprised because these mother effers been getting lucky since the start of the playoffs. They shouldn't even been there. It should have been the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks, man. You know what I mean? That's what the freaking should have been. You know what I mean? And we all know that. But that was the most boring Super Bowl I've ever watched in my life. You know what I mean? I'm telling y'all, bro, and I'm going to tell y'all this right now, and I'm going to repeat it. I want everybody to screen record this. Do whatever the freak you want to do. You know what I mean? The New England Patriots are a one season wonder. I'm telling y'all right now. You know what I mean? Drake May is BJ. When I mean that boy put the B to the J and the J to the B. And y'all got to look at their schedule too. They've been getting lucky ever since the beginning of the season. These mother effers been having a easy schedule, bro, since the beginning of the season, bro. They've been having luck go their way the whole freaking season, bro. Go look at their schedule, bro. Look who they played, bro. You know what I'm saying? They've been getting lucky this whole dang season. You know what I mean? One season wonders. I'm trying to tell y'all right now. They ain't finna make no noise again. I'm telling y'all right now.
We'll be one of the top teams in the AFC once again. No question.
Let's hone in on Bo Nix for a second here. Looking at his numbers from a year ago, completed 63% of his passes, threw for just under 4,000 yards, 25 TDs,
Shut the freak up.
11 interceptions. What does bringing in a receiver the caliber of Jaylen Waddle do for the potential of Bo Nix and what you might now expect from him next season?
Two things in terms of increasing, right? You look at his average per throw. His rookie year was 6.7. A year ago, it went down to 6.4. That should increase when you talk about adding the 4-3 that Jaylen Waddle is in his ability as a pass catcher. So I expect to see Bo Nix probably getting that 7.
I was so disappointed when Andrew Luck retired, bro.
Right? His rookie year, he threw 29. He went down in 2025 to 25. I expect to see Bo Nix get to that 30 touchdown 30 touchdown throwing type year for Bo Nix. I think he can get in that 30 range when you look at having a guy like Jaylen Waddle. And once again, being in year 3 in the National Football League under Sean Payton, he should be much more comfortable within the offense. But when you just have that playmaker that Jaylen Waddle is, he provides an element of fear because at any given time, if you're not careful, he can get behind you. And he also opens other things for some of the other pass catchers in their offense. Cortland Sutton, Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, Evan Ingram. You got some other guys that can really do damage, knowing that they might have ideal matchups in their favor when you got to respect the speed element that Jaylen Waddle will provide. So those are the two areas I think that we will see improvement from Bo Nix. Adding a guy like Jaylen Waddle, you talk about his average per throw should increase, not to mention getting that 30 touchdown range in terms of touchdown throws for this upcoming season.
Other part of this deal, we have to look over to Miami, and I'm curious what you think of what they might be trying to build right now. They currently have 2 first-round picks coming up here in April for the draft, and you take it a little further, they have 7 picks in the first 3 rounds. What is there to like about what Miami might be doing as you get rid of such a key cog of the team and others like they already have?
Well, I'll say right now for the here and now, Zach, if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, there's not a lot to like about this upcoming season.
That's what I just said.
Let's just keep it real. You said earlier in our segment, this is a fire sale. Well, before you get to the fire sale, they are currently in the process of tearing it down right now to build it back up. So that's what they're doing now. They're tearing it down to build to build this structure back up, and it's going to take some time. So in 2026, there's not a lot to be optimistic about if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, because clearly you see this is a rebuild, and in the midst of rebuild, you're going to get beat up a lot, especially within your division. So now it's about the future, right? Getting through this season to get to the future terms. And with those draft picks, these could be building blocks, especially if you hit on the draft picks. That's the most important thing. Having the draft capital is one thing, but hitting on the draft capital is more important than having the draft capital, because we've seen organizations in years past have a multitude of first round and second round picks, and they have nothing to show for it. So that's the thing for Miami. This is a building process for them. They're trying to build the.
Like I said, man, I feel like the team who had, you know what I'm saying? So how do I feel about the Niners? Look, man, that's a pathetic fan base. You know what I'm saying? Any Niners fan, I'm sorry, chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. And y'all probably can't see the chat, but but the Niners is the most pathetic fan base known to mankind. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, but yeah, man, the Dolphins, man, pretty sad. You know what I'm saying? Malik Willis, we going to see what he's doing. You know what I mean? But it's crazy that Malik Willis is finna be the scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? You're just tearing everything down, and you just, you know, making Malik Willis deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, deal with this BJ-ness. You know what I'm saying? Deal with this trashness. And then guess what? He's going to get the blame. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get the blame for this pathetic trashness. You know what I mean? Built like a sack of laundry. You know what I mean? Malik Willis is going to be the scapegoat for the Miami Dolphins. You don't have a wide receiver number one. You don't have a defense. You don't have a cornerback one. You have nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the heck you was thinking, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real with you. I think you just rebuilt it too much. I think you did it too much. You know what I'm saying? You did too much, bro. Dolphins, you did entirely too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep it real with you, man. I gotta keep it busy. I think this is probably something you never come back from, Dolphins. You know what I mean? Because you remember when you was B to the J and put the J to the B. Do you remember that? You know what I mean? The Dolphins was BJ for a long time. I repeat, a long time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, man. Every rebuild is not a success. You know, that's the most truest statement right there. Is every rebuild isn't a success. Just because you're trying to rebuild, that doesn't mean you're going to rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, trust me, I know. You know what I mean? When it came to the Giants, it took them 10 years to rebuild. They're finally getting it right now. They're finally getting it right. It took them 10 years. You go through the GMs, you go through the head coaches. It took these boys, New York Giants, 10 years. They finally getting it right in 2026. You know what I'm saying? They finally getting it right now. You feel me? That's how long a rebuild will take. If you got owners and if you got people that don't know what the freak they're doing, that's how long a rebuild can take. You know what I'm saying?
Create a new regime, create a new culture under a new regime, and it's gonna take some time. So if you're Malik Willis, you know, you got Tutu Atwell, you got Washington, you got some other guys you got to get used to throwing the football to, because some of the guys you thought would be in the building currently are not there, and you still got to find a way to get things done.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to go next. If you are Malik Willis, it has to be difficult to walk into this situation where you're getting paid and you're brought in to likely be the starter, but you see all these guys around you leaving. How can you be excited for the future and be able to show off your skills given what you were able to do in Green Bay when you had pieces around you?
Well, check your bank account. I think that will put a smile on your face, right? In all honesty, though, to your question, Zach, if you're Malik Willis, man, I really believe he came into agreement with the Miami Dolphins knowing that they would still try to entertain some serviceable pieces on the offense. I hope they communicated that to him. And if they didn't, this is just the life in the National Football League, right? He should be aware of this and understanding some things you can't control. You just got to go with the punches and try to make the best out of those situations. But if I'm Malik Willis, man, two things you got to do. You have to show the Dolphin organizations you can lead this offense, regardless of the win-loss outcome or not. You have to show this organization you can lead this offense. You also have to show this organization, even regardless of what might happen or what might not happen, you could be a significant building block for the future terms of this organization. Because if you don't win a lot of ball games, and if you're not playing the quarterback position the way they would like you to play the quarterback position, and you're not winning a lot of ball games, you know where the Miami Dolphins will be next year's draft? They will have a high pick in the first round.
It's Jeremiah Smith.
And if you're not aware of this potential quarterback class for 2027, many believe this would be one of the more talented quarterback class that we've seen in most recent NFL drafts. So if you're Malik Willis, we understand the expectations are not high at all. They're not even at the medium gauge. But you just can't play bad football. You cannot. You got to find a way to show flashes and sparks like, yo, Malik is a guy we can build around. Because if you don't win ball games this upcoming season, Zach, you will have a top pick, top 2, top 3, top 4, and anywhere in that area, especially if you're not playing the quarterback position to the level they would like to see you play, they potentially could draft their quarterback of the future. So for Malik Willis, this is just how the chips fall. There's nothing you can do about it, but you gotta make the best out of this situation that you can for the team and for yourself to make sure you can stick around longer than 1 year.
I hope. Nah. We gotta win this year. You know what I'm saying? We gonna win this year for sure. But having Jeremiah Smith on them dang Giants, boy, with Malik Neighbors, and Darnell Mooney, and freaking Austin, man, with Isaiah Likely, man, that'll be dangerous, man. Having Jeremiah Smith, man. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you know what I mean, I love Jeremiah Smith, man. You know what I'm saying? I love, you know what I'm saying, Jeremiah Smith, man, with freaking Malik Neighbors, bro.
The Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins looking towards the future.
Hey, look, I see some people trying to get my attention. You're not finna get my attention, bro. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and just stop it, bro. You're not finna get my attention. I realize you want to be like a little freaking girl and try to, you know what I mean? Like, go talk to your dad or something, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to your mom or something, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need attention that bad, bro. Mommy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Pop, come in the room. Your baby needs some attention. Can you give him some attention, please? You know what I mean? He's trying to find attention from somebody he doesn't even know. He's so pathetic. He raised a pathetic son. You know what I mean? Can you freaking come in here and just show him, Mommy? Can you turn up the freaking TV so they can hear me? Hey, Mommy and Daddy. Can you come in attention and show your son some attention? He wants some attention, Mommy and Daddy. He don't get attention a lot. You know, he's just pathetic. He don't know no better. He's a stupid, pathetic son. That's probably why he don't show you attention, because you're pathetic.
Which right now I need you to put on your professor hat, B-Mac, because I'm asking you to grade the trade on both sides. What do you give the Dolphins and what do you give the Broncos?
For me, I give the Dolphins, I give the Broncos an A. I love it. I understand you gave up 3 picks, right? A first, a third, and a fourth.
Yeah, that's enough.
First is a 30th, and it seems like
care what it is. It's a first round pick, boy.
To go get a potential wide receiver in the first round, and seeing how it could be a run on wide receivers. You don't know exactly which receiver could have been there at the 30th pick. And then you also ask yourself this question: if we drafted a wide receiver at 30th, would they be who Jaylen Waddle currently is right now? Probably not. And I understand Jaylen Waddle just got a nice contract extension, over a year ago. But the market for the wide receiver position for him, I mean, that's a great deal for the Denver Broncos. And then instantly he's a playmaker. So I love that for the Denver Broncos, because to your point, they're all in. And your quarterback is still in the midst of a rookie deal, year 3. This is when this is the time you make these calculated steps. So it's an A for me. And for the Miami Dolphins, I mean, you got an extra first rounder. You got a third and a fourth. I like the move for them. It's a B+ for me, because they're just looking towards the future and getting the resources. And the reason why
Let's shut your mouth.
Because
Let's shut up.
Tell exactly how they manifest these picks, right? They have the picks, but in terms of who they draft these picks, I got to wait and see.
You gonna learn.
But just having the draft capital is one thing. Remember what I said.
I'll show you.
You got to hit on the draft capital. So if they keep this 30th pick
Time out right now.
Draft,
Time out.
And they go get a potential building block for the future. Now I can probably improve my grade, but right now I got to wait and see exactly how this new regime there in Miami attack this draft with the capital they currently just received with this Jaylen Waddle trade to Denver.
Yeah, they now have the 11th overall, 30th overall, 11th in the second round, and then 4 picks in the third round. So certainly building blocks for sure to try for the Dolphins as Denver gets
it's a miss me.
Wide receiver. Thank you so much, B-Mac. Appreciate it as we continue the coverage with the trade of Jaylen Waddle heading over to the Broncos in exchange for a few picks headed away.
Hear this, Pat Vertified? You hear this, man? I'm saying, he said Pat Broncos really didn't give up nothing for real. Only a third round for real. Dummy, they gave up a freaking first round pick and a third round and a fourth round pick. Shut your stupid self up. You know what I'm saying? Pat Vertified, man. How about this? You know what I mean? There you go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I mean? Shut your dang mouth, Pat Vertified, and you ain't gonna get timed out. I told you, man. They don't play about me, man. But shut y'all dang mouth, man. I got them snipers in the cut, man. But shut up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I was saying, man, Pat Verified, man, you stupid. Somebody didn't give a number but a third round for real. They gave up a first round pick, you stupid boy. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, you feel me? Yeah, man. This is too much for Jaylen Waddle, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like the Broncos, you know what I'm saying?
Of Miami, a big piece on offense going to Bo Nix as the Dolphins.
I do feel like the Broncos gonna make some noise, you know what I mean? Shout out to Bo Nix. You know what I'm saying? They did release Drake Greenlaw, so I feel like that's gonna take a little hit.